Michigan State basketball, yes, they are 8-0. They start 1-0 in Big Ten play, and I'm going to introduce a rule. Teams are allowed to play with 6 guys on offense just to make these games fair.
You are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Today's episode of Locked On Spartans is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Spartan friends, Spartan family, Locked On Spartans listeners, how on earth are we all doing on a nice live show on Tuesday night after another throttling of a win for Michigan State basketball? Guys, thanks a lot for making us part of your morning, daily, nightly routine, whatever it is, because we've been doing some two-a-days here. It has been a very busy week in East Lansing. So, guys, if this is your first show of the week, thanks a lot. This is your 7th show of the week. Also, thanks a lot. Much appreciated, guys. We're going to get into the Pat Fitzgerald press conference a little bit, this billion-dollar initiative a little bit later on in the show with the one, the only Graham Nelson. We went a little bit more in depth with that earlier in the day, but right now basketball takes center stage to kick off this show because Graham, those Spartans, they did it again. They won by 20 points. They suffocated a top 35 offense and 71-52. Simple as that. The biggest takeaway I have is the same one that Tom Izzo had in the postgame interview with Peacock after, where he said, quote, "It was one of our better defensive performances." They, of course, held Iowa to 52 points. They held Bennett Sturtz just 14 points, and that includes 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting and 4 turnovers in the first half. My God, they were hard hedging the daylights out of him. That's my number one takeaway. This defense can take this team so many places. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Graham, biggest takeaway as you're watching another beatdown for these Michigan State Spartans.
Yeah, man, I think it's just like this is what we should come to expect day in and day out from Michigan State. And as I was watching the game, when you and I were texting early in the game, because the first, 10 minutes or so was just kind of like this ugly slugfest, like
wrestle fest.
Yes, yes, exactly. And the thing that I took away was, I think Ben McCollum got so outcoached in this game. Like, I think he kind of fell into this trap of like, hey, we have to come in and we have to match the toughness of Michigan State, and we got to try and battle with them, and we got to do this. And Michigan State, if you do that with them, with this team, they're like, we will do this all night.
Right.
All night. Like, if you want to get into a street fight, we'll get into a street fight. Let's do it. And then, after about like 10 minutes of that, I was just like, I picked for the fight with the dude with the cauliflower ear at the bar, and I'm going to lose like very, very quickly. So that's just kind of my takeaway. Like, Michigan State, you want to get in a scrap with them, like, go right ahead, because they're just going to wear you down, like no matter what. So I mean, it's awesome. It's really cool to see. It's not the prettiest basketball in the world to watch at times, but you know what? If that's what you're going to give them, hey, we'll take it.
I'm a sick person. Like, my favorite era of basketball was that like mid-2000s Big Ten basketball, especially those MSU versus Wisconsin game where it was basically first team to 55 points. There's going to be blood all over the court, but dang it, someone's going to walk away with a gritty win here. And that kind of leads into takeaway number 2 that I had, and this goes to Jaxon Kohler, sitting at the table with both Peacock announcers after the game. And as Jaxon Kohler does, he's got scratches and scrapes all over his arms. It looks like he just took a roll down a hill full of just ferns and brambles and thorns. This guy just lives for getting scraped up. And, of course, he's got 11 rebounds. And he's talking about how much passion this team has when it comes to rebounding the ball. And, my God, I kind of figured MSU would win the rebounding margin, as I do every single game, but not to the tune of 37-19 rebounds. They outscored Iowa in second chance points 21-4. Graham, I mean, I don't know what else there really is to say. Like, this is just what we've come to know. Defend, rebound, run. But holy mother of Mary, it kind of actually just goes with your point of what you're saying. Like, okay, you want to try to out-physical us? Yeah, I suggest that you maybe go back in a time machine, maybe rework another thing that you want to do here because it ain't going to work against this Michigan State squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely dominating performance on the boards, and like these are the things that for years this is like what people talked about with Izzo teams and the way that they rebound and the way that they defend, and then it kind of got away from it for whatever reason, and the reasons are players. It has nothing to do. Tom Izzo didn't just say like one day I don't believe in rebounding anymore. He didn't just say that.
Sure.
But like this team has just brought this identity of we are just going to go get every single rebound. And they did this without Cam Ward, who's arguably outside of Jaxon Kohler, the second best rebounder on the team.
Correct. Yeah. Right.
Like I was thinking watching the game, I'm like, specifically when kind of in the beginning when it was, pretty handsy and physical and all that sort of thing. I'm like, if Cam Ward is playing, like he might actually get in a fight in this game tonight.
This was a good Cam Ward fight game, I gotta say. I think before the season we set his technical fouls at 3.5. I don't think he has one this year. That was a little high of a number, I think, but this game could have certainly have gotten us closer to that 3.5 number.
Yeah, he just looks like he wants to fight. But yeah, man,
I live for it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, credit goes to Jaxon Kohler. Like he's just created. I mean, he's just become such an unbelievable rebounder. He has been really his whole career. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
But he's just so good at it. He has a knack for it. When he can't go get it with two hands, he tips the ball to himself. Unbelievable. And then you see, the more athletic guys come in, like go over the top. And then you got Jordan Scott here, who's all 112 pounds of him getting in there and battling. I mean, it's just really cool to see how they've created this identity around being a rebounding team. It's really fun to watch.
Third takeaway from this game that I had, and this, I mean, doesn't really have to do with anything that you see on a scoreboard or anything. And certainly this man, Jeremy Fears, contributes to a lot on a scoreboard with his assist rate, with now the offensive game that we're seeing. Guys, we talked about that in spades after the last game against North Carolina. But my God, Graham, there can't possibly be anything in life more irritating than being an opposing fan or an opposing player going up against Jeremy Fears.
Oh.
This guy is the gamesmanship All-American. Whether it's just smack talk, whether it's drawing fouls, you're seeing Jeremy Fears shoot 8 free throws just in the first half alone because his foul merchant bag is so deep. But of course, it's not the only thing he does well, and it's not the only way he gets people tuned up. What he does in between free throws, I swear to God, like he started the season after the first free throw, going in, saying, okay, you box out him. This is what we're going to do. And the whole thing would last like 2 seconds. Now I feel like he's in the paint for 25 seconds, basically telling everyone what happened at class earlier that day. He is a maestro at getting under the skin.
I mean, he all time. I mean, in the JJ Redick, in the Aaron Kraft, in the, who else? I mean, I'm missing probably half of Duke guys, but like
sure, Allen, whatever
Grayson
that guy's
Allen,
name was. Grayson Allen, yeah. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he is in the all-time hateable player category.
He is.
And thank God he plays for Michigan State. Because, I mean, could you imagine how much you'd want to just lose your mind, dude, if he played for Ohio State or Indiana or something?
I would
like
punch my television. Like, without question, by the end of the first half, I would punch my television. Get this kid off my screen.
But it's amazing. But he's our jerk. You know what I mean?
He's ours. He's ours.
And the fact of the matter is like we go back to the beginning. It's weird that I mentioned like the toughness and the street fight thing, and I didn't mention Jeremy Fears because like the attitude of this team comes from him.
Oh, 100%.
Whatever he is doing, like that dude, smallest dude on the court. You know, I think there was a time in the game where he got into a little, loose ball or something like that, and he stood up and he's staring straight up at a 7-foot tall dude or whatever it is. And then he like calmly walked away. But I was like, that dude, he's not backing down from anybody, anywhere, anytime. I mean, he got shot, so that kind of proves how tough he is.
Sure. Yeah. No kidding.
But like, talk about head of the snake, man, just from an attitude standpoint and an effort and like that sort of thing. It's wonderful to have as a part of the team that we cheer for, I would say. But as an opposing fan, I would despise him.
reach my hands to the TV and strangle him after the fourth foul he drew in the first half.
Yes.
And I just love how unassuming it is. I mean, he's got like this great smile. He seems like a very friendly guy. Like, this is a kid, if you walked into the library for your children's story time, you would say, oh, we're in for a pleasant experience.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But it's not that at all. Like, oh, no. He has a referee ask him to tone it down pretty much every game. So
yeah.
I just love this guy.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
He's awesome. And he's a phenomenal basketball player. Like,
on top of all that, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Strong,
Graham, do you want to talk
smart.
more about this basketball team, this basketball game, these basketball players? I mean, because I got to do a little break here, but I want to talk more about this personally.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
if you don't mind.
Sure.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what else we saw from this game, what else we liked, and then maybe, something happening at the 2 position. But first, got to talk your ears off about Omaha Steaks because, guys, yeah, it's holiday shopping season, so why not just deliver the goods with Omaha Steaks, a product, some meals that you already know are going to hit the spot. Because, guys, it's so simple when you have the perfect gift. And Omaha Steaks, yeah, they're making it almost too simple this holiday season. Whether you're treating yourself this season, sending something someone memorable, hey, Omaha Steaks delivers handcrafted perfection right to the door. And this week is the best time to jump in because of their cyber sale. Yes, it is here, and the deals are huge. Guys, the quality is exactly what you are always looking for and always getting with Omaha Steaks. We're talking tender steaks, rich flavor, and meals that make hosting or just a weekday dinner so easy to prepare. Save big on unforgettable gifts with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off on select favorites during their cyber sale. And for an extra $35 off, go ahead, use promo code COLLEGE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code COLLEGE. Terms apply. See site for details. Also, guys, why not some tickets for the holiday season? Get yourself some basketball tickets for Michigan State as a gift. That's right. Treat yourself and do it with Gametime. Guys, you can save on flash deals. You can save with last-minute ticket deals. And my favorite part is just how clean and transparent it is with Gametime. You go on to Gametime, great. $40 tickets. 2 taps on your phone, bam, they're sent straight there. This is not one of these apps where, $40 tickets. Boop-ba-da-ba-doop-ba-da-ba-doop-ba-da, and then 15 minutes go by after you've already tapped the screen 47 times, and then now these tickets are $92 somehow because of all these weird fees that have just been added. No, guys, it's simple with Gametime. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the app, make an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go, download Gametime today. Now let's drag him back out. Here's the one, the only Graham Nelson, who is a fantastic friend of this program. And guys, also, speaking of great friends, thanks a lot for making Locked On Spartans part of your daily routine here. Look, plenty of other guys that we did not talk about. How about Coen Carr just going for a smooth 15 points, 5 rebounds? That's someone that you were talking about earlier. Just raw athleticism can muddy up the boards in a way. But I just wanted to pull out a spotlight here. Before we get to talking about the 2-guard position, on McCulloch, I mean, look, it was actually beneficiary that, Cam Ward, they held him out for the precautionary sprained wrist, okay? Carson Cooper, he gets into early foul trouble. Just like a few games ago against U of D, I'm seeing Carson Cooper go to the bench early with foul trouble, and I'm saying, great, more McCulloch. Let's get him in here. The head fake from 3 god himself, he goes off for 9 points. I mean, 2 rebounds. It wasn't outstanding in the rebound department, but I thought he walled up, played good enough defense. I think that he can be more than just a fixture of a guy that you have to rely on to eat some minutes when Carson Cooper goes to the bench with foul trouble. I'd like to see more Jesse. Would you like to see more Jesse, Graham?
Yes. To answer your question, sure. I mean, yeah, like he's such a good. The best part about having him is the way that he's used with this team is like you don't have to play him too much and you don't have to ride the waves of because there's going to be he's young, he's inexperienced. Mm-hmm. Like it's just the way that it is. As he gets more experience, he'll get better and better and more consistent, and he'll rebound better and defend better and all that sort of thing. So like you don't have to ride the wave of him, but I would like to see him a little bit earlier to see like, hey, is this a Jesse McCullough night? Like, is it a night? Because I mean, you can find out pretty quick whether this individual is going to be like it's their game or not, right?
Yep.
Specifically big guys when they're young. I remember a couple of years ago when Edie was playing. Then they put Booker in. It was like, yep, this isn't going to work, and we learned like very, very quickly, right?
Sure.
Yeah. You can figure that out. So like the answer to that is yes, I would like to see it, but I want to see it just like early in the game. And hey, if this is working, like, hey, let's ride it. If it's not, all right, it's not his game. No big deal. We can still get him some of that experience and exposure and everything, but like we don't have to rely on it to happen all the time. So the answer is, yeah, I want to see more, just maybe a little bit earlier, and we'll see what happens with what plays out the rest of the game.
Do you want to see more Jordan Scott at the 2 position? Because tell me if this is something or nothing, but he led the team in minutes, and I don't believe it was all at that 2 position, but certainly for a lot of the stretch, yes, that's where you saw him. He had 20 minutes to lead Kurt Tank, who had 16 minutes, and then Trey Fort, sorry, I had it up in front of me, 13 minutes. So he's kind of the leader, maybe in waiting right now. And this happened to not too long ago against Arkansas, and I said, well, he offers more length than anyone else at that 2 position. Against an athletic and long Arkansas team, maybe that was just a matchup thing, but maybe it's not. It's not a total knock against Kurt Tang. I think, hey, that's your microwave right there. He's got the hot hand. It works out. I think Trey Ford, I don't think he's been a dud so far, but certainly Izzo thinks the defense isn't where it has to be for the time being. He's a hot and cold shooter. Jordan Scott kind of making his way up maybe to the starting rotation by the middle of the season, or is this an overreaction and just prisoner of the moment, Graham?
I don't know, because as much as I like him, it's like, hey, if you give that guy 27 minutes a game, is it too much? Are you losing that like kind of energizer bunny spark plug? Because right now, like you ask him to take open shots, they don't ask him to score really, right? Like, hey, you've got an open 3, go ahead and take it. But right now he can spend a lot of energy on defense. He can expend a lot of energy rebounding, which is like what his role is in the team. And so if you give him more minutes, does some of that go down a little bit, right? Just from having the energy to do it. And I don't think the current offensive upside outweighs what he brings like in the other places. So
okay.
I just kind of like where he's at right now. And again, same thing with McCullough, right? Hey, if it's his game, if he finds a game to where he's shooting well, if he finds a really good defensive matchup to where he's guarding the other teams, someone has a long wing that he has to guard and they need more length and that sort of thing, then sure, you play him a little bit more, but I don't think you have to force feed it so much, right? Because you do have Tang, who looked pretty good tonight, both offensively and defensively and rebounding. He's kind of showing a little bit of toughness, a little bit of grit that hasn't come in. And I think Trey Fort there's going to be one game this year where he might go off for 28 points.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, what the heck is happening?
Right.
And it's going to be awesome and fun to watch. But and then he'll have a couple other games where it goes for 15 or 16. And then the next game he'll play 9 minutes like he does tonight. Yep. It's just the way it is. I think just playing that 2 guard by mix and matching those 3 guys is going to be the way that they're going to do it all season. And right now it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of why screw with it is my opinion.
And that's what Izzo was talking about after the game too. It's like he still doesn't even know what was really going on with that 2 position. Keeps on swapping out Tang and Fort for that starting role, but I kind of like what you had to say. Maybe this is because that was my role in basketball teams, was that energy off the bench guy. And granted, you had to go like 7 or 8 down the line eventually to get my energy in that game. But hey, that's neither here nor there right now. No, come on. Once I got in there when we were already up or down 30 points with 30 seconds to go, you best believe we're getting the energy back up on the court. But bring it back to Jordan Scott here. You know what? I think there is something to that. Maybe just don't beat his legs to smithereens as a young freshman. Like not to say this happens with every freshman, but I feel like more times than not, if you do beat the brakes off a kid, you just have him play out there, 27, 30 minutes. That will affect his performance. So you know what? Hopefully Izzo's listening. And if he wants advice of what to do at the 2 position, I just keep rolling with this. Yeah, Tank starting, Trey Fort microwave, and then Jordan Scott energy off the bench.
I mean, Izzo, he can call me anytime. I'm happy to talk X's and O's and player rotation and all that sort of thing, because we know how important my opinion is to Michigan State hoops.
Man.
Anytime he wants.
Not only generous enough to join this show basically whenever I ask, but also all ears for Tom Izzo himself.
Yeah.
Graham, I do want to get to just talk about the Pat Fitzgerald press conference here a little bit, but I want one more basketball question here because Duke just played a very emotional game. They won by 1 point against Florida. They're also white hot to start the season. They're the cat's pajamas, as they are every single year, and they're coming into Ford Field on Saturday. If Michigan State beats Duke on Saturday, how much can we dream? Like, what does that do for the psyche of one Graham Nelson? Because I'll be talking crazy on Saturday. I don't care that it's off an emotional game for Duke and that's going to be at the home court and it's going to be a raucous environment. No, that won't matter to me in the moment. I'm going to be thinking Indy. Like, I'm Airbnb-ing, I'm getting Greyhound bus tickets. Oh my God.
Would you
How
like
about you though? No, I just just talk before I just let my euphoria
there, even if they lose on Saturday, there's nothing we have seen right now that says like, hey, this team can't compete with the best teams in the country.
That's a really good point. I know. I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
We can only go off the proof of what we have. And right. I mean, you smacked the heck out of Kentucky, you beat North Carolina, you had a really good game with Arkansas, who I think is going to be really, really good. Iowa's no slouch. Right. They're doing what they have been not even expected to do. They're doing more than they expected to do. And then the teams that are, lower stature, whatever you want to say, like they're just handling them pretty much with ease, and also leaving enough bad in the tank for Izzo to get upset about it. So
it's a perfect season. It's perfect.
It's beautiful. No, I mean, I will say we all know what's going to happen is they're going to be pretty good. They're going to get a Big Ten play. And in February, they're going to lose 3 games in a row, and everyone's going to freak out. And then they're going to go on a run. And then they might get to the Big Ten championship game. They probably will end up losing that. And then all of a sudden, they're going to end up being a 2 seed instead of a 1 seed, even though the game doesn't really matter. We're going to get upset about it. They're going to play Duke in the Final Four and earn the Elite 8. And here we go. Right? I mean, we've seen this movie over and over.
Minus 150 odds on everything you just named all happening. Like that, if you parlayed all that, you don't even get plus money.
I mean, like we've seen all of this before, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is, Jeremy Fear stays healthy.
Yeah.
Jaxon Kohler stays healthy. Coen Carr stays healthy.
Yep.
You can throw in other people you give yourself a chance against anybody. This is just how it is. And they've certainly proven that they have the ability to defend and rebound with anybody in the country. They have the athleticism to deal with anybody in the country. We can sit here and pick apart like, hey, offensively, who do we go to when you need a bucket? Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, Jaxon Kohler can get you a bucket. Coen Carr can get you 15. I mean, Jeremy Fears can go get you 15, 17 on any given night. It's just the way it is. We talked about how Trey Fort, if he gets hot, like you see that dude in the second round of the NCAA tournament, he might get hot and score 25. Like, we don't know. But again, you go back to it. Like, the proof that we have right now tells us that there's no reason to lower anyone's expectations at the moment. Could it change?
The defense, of course it can. Yeah, certainly. I don't know what we could see to really change. Okay, I know what it is, because when you describe like the 3-game skid that they'll inevitably go on in February, I'm going to be honest with myself. Even though I've seen this same routine for the last 20 plus years, I know I'll freak out because that's all my body knows what to do. But truly, this defense is going to give this team a chance in every single game, no matter the opponent. I said it in my little short video on Twitter right after the game. But this is the 4th time Michigan State has played a team that is top 35 in adjusted offensive efficiency. Against all 4 of those teams, they've held them under 70 points. And in 2 of those games, just like tonight, they held them under 60 points. They didn't even shoot decently tonight. Now, the free throws, you can't count on taking 27 free throws or whatever it was like tonight. But they made, 3 3-pointers. And yes, they shot 50% from 3 against North Carolina. They only made 5 of them. They weren't overly reliant on it. So even just shoot like just a tick below average, and you're still manhandling teams. I mean, with this defense, oh God, I love it, Graham. It's, you know what? Screw it. I'm booking the hotels tonight. I'm a believer. I can't stop myself anymore. I got to stop lying to myself. I'm all in on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna steal a line from Graham Couch talking about matchup proof, but
do it.
It's certainly not matchup proof, but I think it's almost like like style proof, because that defense,
Sure.
they said it on the broadcast tonight. They're talking about how Iowa wants to make you to guard for that full 30 seconds. Michigan State's like, freaking cool. We'll guard
Sweet.
for 30 seconds. That's awesome. And then like you get in a team like, hey, they want to get out and run. Michigan State, sweet. We got a dude on the wing who probably runs like a 4.2 40 and he can jump higher than anyone on earth. Like, let's go ahead and do that. Like, like we kind of joke higher than any dude on the earth. Like, no, I'm actually serious. Like, he can jump
sold.
higher than any dude on earth.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, like, pick which style you want to play. We'll see. Tip the ball up and we'll see what happens. Like, I think that's the attitude that they have. That's the attitude I have when I'm watching them right now.
So let's just end the show here with a little bit of football talk. Pat Fitzgerald, birthday boy Pat Fitzgerald, might we say, a spry 51. He has his introductory press conference. And again, we're just going to spend a few minutes on this because we spent about 15 minutes on it earlier in the day. Guys, after you're done listening to this, go listen to that one if you want more Locked On Spartans in your life. We also talk a lot about the $1 billion initiative. But right now, I mean, I kind of just want to ask you, Graham, because I assume that you're another fellow fan of Michigan State football. And a lot of people watching the show are. A lot of people I talk to are, that email the show, that tweet at me, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. A lot of differing opinions here when Fitzgerald got hired, ranging from I'm done watching forever to this is a home run hire. Life has never been better. I feel like I started to see a paradigm shift after this press conference because we got a lot of comments being like, okay, I'm a little bit more sold on this guy now. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm back in. I got a friend that said, I can't actually say out loud what he said because I want to keep doing this show and Locked On would have none of that. But anyway, he was out on Michigan State football in G-rated terms. And, well, now he's back in. Like, Graham, I guess, where were you before the press conference? And did the press conference move your needle in any way? Because I came in at a 5 out of 10. I still leave a 5 out of 10. I liked what he had to say. I just need to see it happen. But are you more inclined to just say, hell yeah, all aboard the Fitz train. Let's go, baby.
It actually had, like, my opinion on the hire has, like, significantly less to do with Fitzgerald than it does with the support that appears the donors are putting behind it, right? Like,
that's right.
I don't care if they hired you to be the head coach if they're going to get you.
Thank you.
I think that was a backhanded compliment. I'm not sure, but
well, you're wrong. Like, I would tank this program even further, but the point stands. I appreciate that.
But if someone says, hey, if you hire Matt Sheehan, I'm going to give you $100 million to spend on players, and be like, cool, I like this Matt Sheehan hire. Like, it's awesome.
4 verts, all plays. We are blitzing 7 every play. It's
yes. But so I mean, the fact of the matter is, it clearly is that they've given the donors are supporting this. So, like, my opinion on it means very, very little.
Sure.
Now, my opinion, I think overall, like, I think he's a good coach. Mm-hmm. I think that he had a job that was very, very hard to do and did a better job than most people would do in that. Now, you said, like, hey, do you want Pat Fitzgerald or prime Saban? Like, well, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are we comparing Pat Fitzgerald to here? Like, for Michigan State at this time in this environment, like, I think it's a really, really, really strong hire. Is it like the biggest name ever? Like, no, but like, we weren't going to get prime. You're not going to get Saban to come out and like that sort of thing. The other piece of it is all the people who so quickly changed their tune over one man's press conference. I would like to sell stuff to you, right? Because apparently all you have to say a few words to be like, and show some enthusiasm to be. But I get it. I get it. Like, the stuff that he was saying, even like the little subtle. It wasn't like a shot at Michigan, but like it was
acknowledgement, though. Right.
Yes. Hey, I get it. You know what I mean? That's I get it. And the fact is, you could have put up anybody with any sort of personality if you compared to the last 2 coaches we've had in front of the media. Like, it's like, oh my God, dude, I want to hear nothing what those guys had to say because they're not telling me anything. You put someone up that raises their voice a little bit and speaks in a normal, like, annotation here. Well, yeah, I'm going to get a little bit excited for it. But in my opinion, I think it's a good hire. I think it's the right time for it. The dude clearly knows how to sell, right? Every recruit basically got on the phone with like, yep, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I think that shows that he can do that. And then of course you have the big money backing him up. And that's the most important thing right now. I want to see who he hires from
100%. Yeah.
Specifically on offense. Like,
yes,
I need to see not that I know who's a very good offensive coordinator, but like that hire better have people being like, oh my God, I can't believe he got that guy. You know what I mean?
Or like someone just forward thinking. I don't even care if it's a guy from like the G5 level from a school that, you barely even hear about every 5 years. But if you could show me that, okay, hey, he does something unique, or maybe it's just sticking to the physical brand of football. I don't know. I just that's what is going to move me off my 5 out of 10 that I keep on parading is show me the support staff, show me what actual resources he has to work with, because I think at the very least, to be optimistic about it, I think he is a stable force. I do think he knows how to lead young men in a locker room, and the unknown, the optimism is like, well, he's never really had a chance to deal with a bunch of resources if Michigan State can get what we are led to believe is going to happen. Like Northwestern, yeah, he won 4 games combined in his last 2 years. That is a massive mark against him. But was Northwestern set up for success in the new portal era, the new NIL era? And I know that there were many far issues just beyond that, but I'm just looking forward to just the unknown here, which I usually don't like unknowns. I usually like just having to know everything immediately, but this one I'll see out. I'll see this one out, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we'll see early is what people kind of were hoping to see out of Jonathan Smith is like, okay, even if the talent level isn't there, there's at least some like structure and they look competent and like they can play up at times and they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. And, I mean, that sort of thing that didn't come with, Jonathan Smith area. Like if you just do that and you show, hey man, like we're competent, we're getting better. We win a game that we shouldn't, but we certainly win the games that we should, the games that we're favored in. It's just going to show people like, all right, I get it. I'm in. I'm good here, and he's going to get that 3-4 year leash to build the program how he wants to build it. So
it didn't flip everyone to the other side of being all in on liking him if they did it before, but I don't know. I just felt like a vibe shift just immediately a half hour after that. Press conference. It just showed me how little you actually have to do to get the energy back in this fan base. I mean,
we're
desperate.
We're begging for it, right? We're just begging for, something. We're like, we don't even want like a piece of candy. It's like, we want someone to give us like a piece of broccoli. We're so starving.
Right. A single jelly bean, please. That's all we need.
Yeah. And it can be one of those jelly beans that may or may not taste like a fart,
Yeah. Oh God. I could still taste that. Oh, you're bringing back a bad memory there, but yeah. You know what? I meant to say this actually earlier while recording, but like he should have really just run up the score on winning fans over tonight at the basketball game by getting teed up from the sidelines.
Oh,
like that would have been like a Kim Jong-un level approval rating among Spartan Nation. Should he have done that? 101% approval rating if he just started chirping the refs. That would have.
Oh, you imagine like up 23 with like 4 minutes to go. He just comes on the court, starts, going Mark Cuban on an official. Like it would have been incredible.
Of course.
Izzo would have hugged him. It would have been amazing.
Oh my God, the $1 billion that they're pledging just rains from the ceiling is all that happens. Vibes never higher in East Lansing. Vibes not this high since Lambos were on the field at Spartan Stadium. Guys, that's Graham Nelson. That is friend of the show, Graham. Always love talking to you. Thanks a ton for being generous with your time. And hopefully Izzo gives you a call after this one. And guys, all the viewers, all the listeners, cannot thank you enough for tuning in, whether it's your first show this week or this is number 5, 6, or 7 for you. But guys, you are all the best. Truly appreciate every one of you. We're going to be back tomorrow because it's signing day. We're going to recap it. We're going to talk with Dante Rosano as well. And then, get ready for this Duke game later on this week. But guys, until then, take care of yourselves. Love you all, especially you, Graham. Go Green.
Thanks, bro.